Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to Wiki University, the podcast that combines learning and stupidity. I am your professor for the day, Kyle Burseth, and as always, I'm joined by WikiU's head of the class, Jheisson Nunez.
Hello. Thank you guys for joining us once again. Welcome back. And those of you who are joining us for the first time, welcome to your first class. Class is now in session. But first off, please remember to like us and review wherever you're hearing this podcast. And also remember to like and subscribe on our Instagram and YouTube, I think.
And TikTok.
That's right.
Please like us.
Now it's
Sounded like really you're asking your mom or dad for approval.
Yeah. But yeah, and Daddy's right here. So it's time to burn and learn, baby. Let's do it.
Okay, Jheisson. Well, you are providing the topic today.
I brought a topic today, and it's, we're in college, and a lot of us in college, freshman year, we get into this crab mentality. Do you know what crab mentality is?
Crab mentality is your topic?
Yes. No, freshman year.
Is this freshman year is your topic? So we get into this crab mentality freshman year.
Yeah, it's kind of like a dog eats dog kind of world.
Whoa, this sounds very similar.
Yeah.
Similar to Mamba mentality.
Oh yeah, Mamba mentality. Well, Mamba mentality is actually like a step above
crab mentality.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I feel like crab mentality is a selfish kind of mentality, but Mamba mentality is a more giving mentality.
Oh, I think Kobe was pretty selfish when it came to his
it was
shot selection.
No, I meant he was giving. He fucking gave it to everybody.
He gave everyone the win.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, so Mamba mentality and crab mentality, exactly the same thing.
We'll see the similarities.
Okay. Where'd you hear about this?
Crab mentality?
Yeah. No, not Mamba mentality. Oh, at the beach?
Yeah.
Little crab walked up to you?
Yeah, I picked up a shell because you're supposed to hear the ocean.
Sure.
And
you're supposed to. What did you hear? Crab mentality.
Well, my other ear was listening to the ocean because I was at the ocean.
Yeah.
But then the other ear, a little crab bit my ear.
I could see how it would get a little muddled when you're trying to listen to the ocean at the ocean.
Yeah.
It's a little redundant.
It was more of an echo of the ocean that was happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I got bit by a crab, and my mentality was, this can't be a good thing. Mm-hmm. But I got my tetanus and I got all my shots. Next thing you know...
Did the crab have rust on it? Why did you need the tetanus?
First off, a lot of people don't know tetanus is not caused by rust. Kyle.
If there are listeners of the podcast, they do know because we covered tetanus.
Yeah, that's right. We did cover tetanus in our Wiki University MD episode. Right.
That's when we both became doctors. Yeah.
I still have my what's it called, CPR class to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same.
Okay. So wait, where was I?
You were getting bit by a crab that gave you tetanus, or could have given you tetanus.
Luckily, no tetanus.
No tetanus.
Anyways, the little crab.
Yep.
He fell. Then I saw there was more crabs. Oh,
okay, yeah. They come in packs.
They saw that one got a little slice of me. They got a taste of human. They got a taste of Jheisson, I think.
Oh, yeah. Once a crab gets a taste of human, they will hunt humans.
Right. So they were hunting me down. And I think it was like kind of like the crab mentality became a mob mentality, and they all started coming after me.
A mob mentality? Well,
I guess so, because they were laser focused on me.
I'm not surprised, but you told me nothing.
But you're not surprised.
Not surprised at all. Okay, so should we just dive in here?
Yeah, let's do it.
Crab mentality, also known as crab theory. Oh.
The theory of crabs.
Crabs in a bucket mentality, or the crab bucket effect, is a way of thinking best described by the phrase, quote unquote, if I can't have it, neither can you. The metaphor is derived from a pattern of behavior noted in crabs when they are trapped in a bucket. While only one crab could easily escape, its efforts will be undermined by others, ensuring the group's collective demise. As such, the crab mentality shares some features in common with a similar phenomenon of human behavior called tall poppy syndrome.
We all go down with the ship, baby. So, because they could easily like climb on top of each other and like the first
Build a crab ladder.
Crab ladder, exactly.
So humans
But that's not the
need
type of mentality they have.
Humans need a crab ladder mentality.
Yes.
But it doesn't exist because of crab mentality.
Well, because of tall poppy mentality.
Yeah,
for humans.
You know, it's interesting. They call crab mentality when it applies to crabs, but when it applies to human behavior,
crab people mentality.
It sounds like they should be calling it, well, they're applying poppies. I assume that has to do with poppies, tall poppy.
Let's check it out.
All right, tall poppy syndrome is a cultural phenomenon in which people...
So it's a syndrome or a phenomenon?
It took me to tall poppy syndrome.
Right.
It's a cultural phenomenon.
So it can be both? It can be a syndrome and a phenomenon?
Something like a phenomenon in which people hold back, criticize, or sabotage those who have or are believed to have achieved notable success in one or more aspects of life, particularly intellectual or cultural wealth, quote unquote, cutting down the tall poppy. It describes a draw towards mediocrity and conformity.
So that's what people who are like, oh man, that's just my haters. That's what they reference basically. That's just haters on me.
That's haters trying to chop me down.
Yeah, trying to chop down my poppy.
To mediocrity.
Well, not this poppy.
Commonly in Australia and New Zealand, cutting down the tall poppy is used to describe those who deliberately put down another for their success and achievements. You ever done that, Jheisson?
When do I not do it?
Well, I hope not all the time. Because
it
sounds
it's
like
how I've managed to stay on top.
It'll keep you in mediocrity.
It's just stepping on the middle people. You can't step on the little people. You step on the middle people.
Oh, because that'll get you up higher.
Yeah.
Now we're talking crab ladder mentality. Step on the middle people to get higher.
Exactly.
I wonder, there must be a mentality or phenomenon which is like the Michael Jordan effect or the Mamba mentality, where you do force your way to the top, but you're willing to destroy everyone in your way. I don't know, because cutting down the tall poppy is bringing that person down to mediocrity.
Yes, I think that's like derives way more from jealousy.
Okay, haters. We're back to haters,
right? Rather than like actual competition. Like, you know, it's not going to be like your constituents that feel this way. It's going to be more like the people from that you started
opponents.
with, or maybe from back home or wherever, you know, you came from, where it's like you feel that jealousy of just the disconnect of like, why wasn't I picked?
Yeah, why wasn't I a tall poppy?
Why do I have to be a little poppy?
Little poppy. Hey, because somebody had to step on you to get tall.
Yeah. Shout out to little mid poppies.
Little mid poppies.
They don't get all the shout outs that, you know, you usually get.
Little mid poppy makes great beats.
DJ, little mid poppy.
In Japan, a similar common expression is, quote unquote, the nail that sticks up gets hammered down. Okay, so let's go back to crab mentality and see where it came from. What do you think, Maryland?
Yeah.
Is this a Maryland blue crab or like an Alaskan king crab?
It came from the Old Bay.
Actually, I think for an Alaskan king crab, those things could reach up and just get right out of the bucket on their own.
They're that because they have little like almost spider-like.
They're huge,
right?
I mean, those king crab things are like the claws or the arms. What do you even call them? Once you get past the claws, is it a crab arm?
Does it have an elbow? A crab elbow?
There's like multiple elbows, I think.
And how like one extension or whatever you want to call it? Is it like what, like 6 inches or like a foot?
I think I'll say 10 inches.
Flaccid?
Sometimes both. Yeah. It doesn't grow or show. It just shows.
In cold water?
Oh, man. They love cold water.
Now that's crab mentality.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going down to effect on performance.
It's college. There shouldn't be anything affecting your performance.
Crab mentality affects performance in an organization as humans behave in similar manner as the crabs, particularly within social teams. The detrimental impact of crab mentality on performance was quantified by a New Zealand study in 2015. Students in the study scored an average of 18% higher on exams when steps were taken to ensure their anonymity in published rankings, thereby mitigating the possibility of peer bullying. So I guess if you're achieving high, you can't get bullied if no one knows what your score was. Is that what we're learning there?
Yeah, that's why I don't participate in a lot of social media. It's like there's no. Why am I going to let anybody see my score?
I remember Instagram, whatever, the conglomerate. They were going to get rid of likes.
Meta,
yeah. They were going to get rid of likes on Instagram and maybe even Facebook.
That's people's lifeline.
Right. I know.
Yeah, like what's the point?
I was like, how could you do that? So many people have invested in likes.
Time and
shares.
Money. Yeah.
I mean, that's their future you're messing with.
That's their income for some of them.
It grows exponentially.
Yeah.
So let's move on then, because we're kind of out of article.
Out of article?
We're out of article.
There has to be more.
No, that's it. Look, it goes right down from effects on performance to see also.
Ooh, a little see also to start things off from the first page. It's kind of nice. Let's see what else there is.
See also has allergy of the long spoons. Oh, I hate when long spoons make me sneeze, when it's long spoon season. Oh, man. Then there's the dog in the manger. Herd mentality. I don't think we need to check out herd mentality. I think we've covered it on the Tulip Mania episode. Keeping up with the Joneses. Law of Janty. Prisoner's dilemma. I'm curious about that.
Oh, prisoner's dilemma. I think I know what that is.
All right, I'll go to prisoner's dilemma.
Okay.
We can spend a second on it, but you tell me what you think it is.
President's
prisoner's dilemma. Lock her up. Lock her up. Lock her up. The president's dilemma.
Yeah, that's not a huge dilemma, if you ask me. Get those handcuffs ready. So I think prisoner mentality is that once you're free, it's like, can you handle that freedom, or are you just too accustomed to that day-to-day life of being watched over and being a prisoner?
I see.
So it's like the dilemma is like, do you kill yourself?
The Brooks issue.
Or do you commit a crime on purpose to go
get
back?
free housing?
To get free housing.
Yeah.
Right.
But hey, housing's expensive.
Am I close?
Let's find out. The prisoner's dilemma is a standard example of a game analyzed in game theory that shows why two completely rational individuals might not cooperate, even if it appears that it is in their best interest to do so. So you're not close at all.
Damn.
It was framed by Merrill Flood and Melvin Drescher while working at RAND in 1950. Do you want to go to RAND?
Yeah. What's RAND?
RAND, I think, is located here in sunny Los Angeles, California, but I think it's also a worldwide conglomerate that does like big military projects. They have big military contracts, I believe. I'm sure they do lots of things, but let's find out.
RAND. Ran it through.
The RAND Corporation, Research and Development, just Research and Development.
That's all they do.
Corporation is an American nonprofit. I didn't know they're a nonprofit. Global policy think tank created in 1948 by Douglas Aircraft Company.
Is nonprofit like a real thing, or is it just, do you just say it out loud? Like, I'm a Democrat, I'm a Republican, and it's like, that's what it means.
What?
I just feel like these nonprofits, they got to be making some profit.
Well, people
Change
get
it to
paid.
some profit.
People get paid, so there's everyone's getting paid, and you can get paid really well in a nonprofit. But I think the company overall, their goal is not to make a profit; it's to break even.
Terrible goal for a
maybe
company.
even lose money. I don't know.
That's the goal, to lose money?
Maybe they get grants.
I should open up my own business then. That's an easy goal.
Well, it depends what your goal is. Like if your goal is more, you want to do research and development, and you don't really care about making money from that, then I guess you start a nonprofit.
Some R&D.
Yeah. Okay, so it was created in 1948 by Douglas Aircraft Company to offer research and analysis to the United States Armed Forces. It is financed by the U.S. government and private endowment, corporations, universities, and private individuals.
Yeah, it's got a government contract. There's no way they're not making money.
Right. Well,
Technically a military contract.
hey, headquarters are in Santa Monica, California.
Field trip.
Yeah, let's try to break into Rand. See what they're researching. So their revenue was $35.17 million. Their expenses were $340.4 million. I would say that's not a profit.
I guess. So what do they do to better?
Well, they have an endowment of $267.7 million. Are you familiar with an endowment?
No.
Let's go to endowment. Unless you want to find out more about Rand, like maybe some of their projects.
Oh, their projects would be interesting. 'Cause
Okay.
I don't know what they do aside from research and development in what? In aerodynamics?
For the war machine that is the government.
Okay.
RAND was created after individuals in the War Department, the Office of Scientific Research and Development, and industry began to discuss the need for a private organization to connect operational research with research and development decisions. The immediate impetus for the creation of RAND was a fateful conversation in September 1945 between General Henry H. Hap Arnold and Douglas executive Franklin R. Kohlbaum. Both men were deeply worried that ongoing demobilization meant the federal government was about to lose direct control of the vast amount of American scientific brainpower assembled to fight World War II. As soon as Arnold realized Kohlbaum had been thinking along similar lines, he said, "I know just what you're going to tell me. It's the most important thing we can do." With Arnold's blessing, Kohlbaum quickly pulled in additional people from Douglas to help, and together with Donald Douglas, they convened with Arnold 2 days later at the Hamilton Army Airfield to sketch out a general outline for the proposed project. Blah, blah, blah. Let's find out what the hell they're doing here. Probably like top secret stuff, right?
Right, I'm guessing.
Its most visible contribution may be the doctrine of nuclear deterrence by mutually assured destruction, MAD. Oh, do you want to go to mutually assured destruction?
Mutually, yeah. Sounds hot.
Also, MAD. You're mad for MAD?
Yeah.
Mutually assured destruction is a doctrine of military strategy and national security policy in which a full-scale use of nuclear weapons by an attacker on a nuclear-armed defender with second strike capabilities would cause the complete annihilation of both the attacker and the defender.
Now that's fucking crab mentality right there.
Yeah, it sure is.
That's literally what it is.
That's crazy that we took a turn towards Rand, getting away from crab mentality, right back on crab mentality.
I mean, tell me, right? That's it. Cause
That's a crab pulling a grenade in the bucket.
right, because it's like, well, if I can't win, no
with
one can.
another
No
crab
one
with
can
grenades.
win. Say again. I'm sorry.
They're in the bucket with other crabs that also have grenades.
Right. One pull a grenade, and they're like, well, you're still in the bucket, so everyone might
Right.
as well pull their grenades too.
Yeah.
Damn.
It is based on the theory of rational deterrence, which holds that the threat of using strong weapons against the enemy prevents the enemy's use of those same weapons. The strategy is a form of Nash equilibrium in which, once armed, neither side has any incentive to initiate a conflict or to disarm. So we're just chilling, just threatening each other.
Man, it's almost a sad thing.
I feel like I saw this on a very micro level in like 4th through 6th grade when two kids would get in each other's faces, but no one really wanted to fight.
Mm-hmm.
And they would be like, no, you throw the first punch. No, you throw the first punch. I'll fuck you up if you throw the first punch. Then I'm coming at you. And it's like, somebody throw the first punch here. Let's go, guys.
Because it's always dick measuring first.
Yeah, first you start with the dick measuring, and then you can go from there.
Well, I mean, because that's what it is. It's like, you're measuring each other's dicks, where it's like, who is gonna throw the first punch? You know,
I feel like in my 20s, sometimes I would be in a bar and I would bump into someone and someone would threaten me.
Really?
With fists.
And
people
what do you
were
say?
just drunk, and I go, look, I mean, it probably wouldn't be good for either of us. Like you would probably hurt me, but like I'd pull your hair or something, and it wouldn't be pleasant.
Is this person still listening to you at that point? You're like, hold on. I don't know if that's a good idea. Like, you can't just be pausing to this person who's just angry for bumping.
You can.
You take the energy back. You slow it down.
Yeah. I'm like, dude. All you did was bump. I bumped. We all bumped. Big whoop.
So you pull a Seinfeld routine on them.
Then we end with a fist bump. Kiss each other on the mouth, you know?
Anytime I bump into anybody, it usually ends with a kiss in the mouth.
Yeah. Then it just turned into a romantic comedy. Okay, so do you want to move on from the...
If I kiss one person, I kiss everybody.
Everybody gets a kiss.
That's my crab mentality.
Whether you want it or not.
Yeah.
I'm bringing you up with me.
Line up. Everybody line up from tallest to shortest.
Okay, so we are on mutual assured destruction. Do you want to move on? I feel like we've covered military stuff recently.
Yeah, we're heavy on the military.
Do you want to move on to something else?
And hey, because we support our troops, that's why.
All right, so where do you want to go here? Deadman switch? Whoa.
Ooh, sounds hot.
Another method of ensuring second strike capability is through the use of deadman switch or fail deadly in the absence of ongoing action from a functional command structure, such as would occur after suffering a successful decapitation strike. An automatic system defaults to launching a nuclear strike upon some target. A particular example is the Soviet, now Russian, Dead Hand system, which is a semi-automatic version of Dr. Strangelove's Doomsday Machine, which once activated can launch a second strike without human intervention. Sounds dangerous.
What an ironic thing that the only thing that really keeps us alive is the threat of death.
Nuclear death.
The threat of annihilation, like overall, is the thing keeping us at somewhat peace.
It's also weird that there's a dead man switch because it's like, we all died. You got the best of us.
Just in case.
I want to get in the last word, though. Let me just get my robot friend to...
I mean, that's the thing with most fights, arguments. It's like, no one's really going to win, but who gets the last word?
Yeah.
That's a W in itself, separate from the argument.
Sure is. Anytime I was in a bar and a person approached me...
Yeah, after you got done kissing
them?
them?
After I got done kissing them. I schmoozed them. I kissed them on the mouth. They were happy.
Yeah.
Then we really got into the relationship side of things.
The hardcore
and I was
stuff.
like, but I was right.
The long con.
Yes. I marry them. I wait till they're on their deathbed. And I say, you remember when we bumped into each other in that bar? You were at fault.
Now let's kiss.
Okay, so what do you think here, Jheisson? Ooh, what about a fallout shelter?
Do you have one?
All right, so I went to fallout shelter. A fallout shelter is an enclosed space specifically designed to protect occupants from radioactive debris or fallout resulting from a nuclear explosion. Many such shelters were constructed as civil defense measures during the Cold War. What would you have in your fallout shelter, Jheisson?
Okay, I would break into my dentist's office.
This is an odd start. Why would you break into your dentist's office? Why not go during business hours, first of all?
Because I don't want to kill anybody.
Okay.
So I'll go and break into my dentist's office. He's great, by the way. You guys should check him out. I would break into my dentist's office and take their lead vests.
Oh,
and like their lead,
okay.
anything that have like their lead gear for like X-rays and stuff.
Yeah.
You know? And so I'll get all that. So I'll
now
grab a lot of lead material.
real quick. So just to be clear, everything you're procuring
Yeah.
for your fallout shelter, you are stealing.
Oh, yeah.
You can't just buy your own lead vest.
No, at that point, if I'm really in need of a fallout shelter, I think the whole world's going to be...
Well, no, if you're in need of your fallout shelter, it's too late. You should have prepped for your fallout shelter. If you're digging the hole after the bomb dropped, no, sorry, you're too late.
But I have like that, being in the university, I have like that student syndrome where it's like I save everything for last minute right before the test.
So you're going to get the lead vest so you can still dig. You're protected while digging.
Well, and also I'm going to take as many vests as I can because my shelter, I will cover it with a lot of lead.
Oh, this sounds like a bad shelter. This sounds like... You ever watch the show Alone? On Alone... Oftentimes, there's people with really great shelters, but then there's people that kind of have like they break into your dentist office lead vest shelter, and you're like, this isn't going to work.
Okay, so what would you have, or a couple of things in your shelter that you would purchase 6 to 18 months ahead of time?
Well, I would like, I want some DVDs. I want to be entertained.
Yeah.
First and foremost.
Okay.
I mean, if I'm down there,
you're assuming that electronics are in full capacity.
Well, I have electricity in my fallout shelter. Of course, there's batteries, there's backup batteries. It's attached to solar, so it's still going.
Okay.
There's a generator. Oh, I mean, what? You're not going to have power in your fallout shelter?
Well, after I feel like a fall. Sure, I'm not saying like you don't want that backup.
Yeah.
It's just not going to work.
It's going to work.
You drop a bomb on us.
Let's find out.
Okay.
Let's find out how these things are. Details of shelter construction.
I'm going to bring my Princess Di Beanie Baby then.
Well,
if we could just bring anything.
Something to cuddle. Well, yeah, you gotta. I mean, I would try to have some plants maybe to keep the air fresh.
That I can understand. That makes sense. It's a purpose.
And some DVDs. Mental health is important down there, Jheisson.
But if electronics is not an issue, power is not an issue, why not get something more digital so you can pack in more things rather than taking up space of DVDs?
All right, I'll bring a hard drive with ripped DVDs on it.
There you go.
Okay.
That makes more sense to
me.
Well,
I can't have a streaming service because that's not going to be working.
Right.
Netflix will be destroyed, even though most of their movies.
So Netflix, Disney Plus, HBO Max no longer exist, but Wi-Fi is still kicking.
No, if I have a hard drive, I'm not using Wi-Fi. I'm watching it on my laptop. Come on, Jheisson. I'm thinking there's no connection to the outside world, but I do have power.
But you have power. Okay.
Because I have a generator or I have batteries or whatever.
Because you thought ahead of time.
Okay, here's shielding. The basic fallout shelter consists of shields made of lead that are procured from a dentist office. Did you write this article, Jheisson? Dentist lead.
Dentist lead is the strongest lead known to man. Did you know that?
I knew that,
because it's to the face, so you need heavy, dense lead.
It's to the face?
Well, no, because a lot of the x-rays they take is on the face, around the mouth.
Yeah.
So you want heavy set lead.
Heavy set lead, thick lead. I knew you were going to say it. You don't need to. A basic fallout shelter consists of shields that reduce gamma ray exposure by a factor of 1,000. That's a good factor. The required shielding can be accomplished with 10 times the thickness, 2 C's, of any quantity of material capable of cutting gamma ray exposure in half. Shields that reduce gamma ray intensity by 50% include lead, concrete, packed earth. Ooh, I might make a rammed earth fallout shelter. You know how I am about rammed earth.
You're a dirt packer.
When multiple thicknesses are built, the shielding multiplies. Thus, a practical fallout shelter is 10 halving thicknesses of packed earth, reducing gamma rays by approximately 1,024 times.
10. So how many? 10 what?
Half thicknesses? I don't know what a half thickness is. I probably needed to read this a little more, but you know how we are with math here at WikiU?
Yeah.
It doesn't exist. Usually, an expedient purpose-built fallout shelter, so the type of fallout shelter you would build, kind of last minute, is a trench with a strong roof buried by 1 meter of earth. So only 3 feet of earth. The two ends of the trench have ramps or entrances at right angles to the trench, so they dive down, so that gamma rays cannot enter. Oh, gamma rays can only travel in straight lines. Okay, that is a little crazy, because if you told me, hey, a nuclear bomb falls, let's just curve a ramp down into a hole, I would have been like, nah, it'll get down there. But no, it just goes
It'll find
straight.
a way. It just... So wait, so it doesn't, it goes straight and it just doesn't bounce, or it bounces the opposite, or does it?
It just passes over, I think.
Huh.
To make the overburden waterproof in case of rain, a plastic sheet may be buried a few inches below the surface and held down with rocks or bricks. Blast doors are designed to absorb the shock wave of a nuclear blast, bending and then returning to their original shape. Okay, climate control. Dry earth is a reasonably good thermal insulator, and over several weeks of habitation, a shelter will become dangerously hot. The simplest form of effective fan to cool a shelter is a wide, heavy frame with flaps that swing in the shelter's doorway and can be swung from hinges on the ceiling. The flaps open in one direction and close in the other, pumping air. Unfiltered air is safe since the most dangerous fallout has the consistency of sand or finely ground pumice. Wow, it sounds like a spa day.
Pumice? What's pumice?
Pumice is like a volcanic rock. I think they use it as spas to scrub your skin.
Yeah. Good for it?
Yeah. Probably not when it's charged by nuclear bombs. Let's scroll down here. Contents. Okay. A battery-powered radio may be helpful to get reports of fallout patterns and clearance. However, radio and other electronic equipment may be disabled by electromagnetic pulse. Oh no, my laptop might not work for streaming. Back to the DVDs.
Oh God. Or VHS at that point.
Maybe. For example, even at the height of the Cold War, EMP protection had been completed for only 125 of the approximately 2,771 radio stations in the U.S. Okay, so they might just be knocked out. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see here. This is a long sentence, but I'm going to try to find a good part here. A homemade...
Long sentence. I will find good part.
What?
Sorry, that's the way it entered my head.
A homemade shelter ventilating pump is something you'll need. Large containers for water. A plastic bottle of sodium hypochlorite bleach. I wonder why. It doesn't say why.
Kill the enemies?
Yeah.
To kill your family members
to
slowly?
waterboard your enemies with bleach. At least a 2-week supply of compact, non-perishable food, an efficient portable stove, wooden matches in a waterproof container. Okay, I'm going to make my DVDs edible DVDs.
That's not a half bad idea.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You should also have a hose.
How many?
How many hose?
Yeah.
A hose vented 20-liter can, so a 5-gallon can, with heavy plastic bags for liners for use as a toilet. They should just say a bucket to poop in. I don't know why you need a hose. You should have pure potassium iodine. I guess that's for first aid. Fallout shelters in popular culture. Oh, here's one about your guy. An episode of the sitcom Malcolm in the Middle features a subplot revolving around Reese and Dewey discovering a previously unknown fallout shelter in their backyard and trapping their father Hal in it, who soon becomes smitten with the shelter's 1960s decor.
Yeah.
You remember that episode?
Yeah. Great up. Season 4, episode 8.
For everyone that doesn't know, Jheisson is a huge Frankie Muniz fan. Not for his work on Malcolm in the Middle.
No, for his profiting in parking lots. He was an investor in parking lots.
And it's made Jheisson want to buy a parking lot.
Yeah, I own 3 car spaces right now.
Really?
Yeah, 3 more and it's a parking lot officially. So.
Wow, 6 is what makes a parking lot?
Yeah, in LA County rules.
Is that true? I'm going to parking lot.
Look it up.
All right. I'm going to parking lot.
How many car spaces makes a parking lot?
I am on parking lot or a car park in British
Well,
English.
this is in British.
All right, sorry, a parking lot in American English, also known as a car lot, is a cleared area intended for parking vehicles. The term usually refers to a dedicated area with a durable or semi-durable surface. In most countries where cars are the dominant mode of transportation, parking lots are a feature of every city and suburban area. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not seeing any numbers here. I'm seeing different aerial views and formations.
You're not a numbers guy, so...
Parking lots tend to be sources of water pollution because of their extensive impervious surfaces. Are your parking lots going to be impervious or pervious, Jheisson?
I myself am pervious, so my lots will be as well.
Come on down to Jason's pervy parking lot.
It's the first clothing optional parking lot
LA, baby.
in Los Angeles. Let's be honest. Most of these people in LA come clothing optional.
They're adventurous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Many areas today also require minimum landscaping in parking lots to provide shade and help mitigate the extent to which their paved surfaces contribute to heat islands.
My parking lots have shade. I guarantee. I do want my parking lots will have shade.
Yeah.
Okay. I want people to know that it will have some good trees. So it won't be just like artificial shade. It'll be some actual good greenery.
Well, know what's good about that? Your pervy parking lot surface will let the water down to the tree roots, too.
Right. There you go.
That's great.
It's a win-win for both consumer and profiteer.
Many municipalities require minimum numbers of parking spaces for buildings, such as stores,
For like a garage and stuff, yeah.
based on floor area, and apartment complexes based on number of bedrooms.
I'm breaking down my house. Just want a parking lot. I'm gonna sleep in my car.
That's gonna be real annoying for your landlord, I think.
Yeah, he's gonna get super
your
pissed
house doesn't exist anymore, but look at this beautifully landscaped parking lot.
until he starts seeing that ROI. That won't be splitting with him.
Each state's Department of Transportation sets the proper ratio for disabled spaces for private businesses and public parking lots. Modern parking lots use various technologies to enable motorists to pay parking fees, help them find unoccupied spaces, and retrieve their vehicles and improve their parking experiences. Give me a pitch, Jheisson. What's your new parking experience? I mean,
You
the
don't
pervy
tip.
thing?
No tipping. No tipping is
No
allowed.
tipping.
You don't tip anybody.
I assume it's all digital anyway.
It's all digital. You don't have to do it. You get out of the car before you enter the parking lot.
So how's the car park?
We have a new technology.
What is that technology?
You have to come and see it for yourself.
Sounds like you have no idea. Oh, let's go down to technology.
Great. I can tell you all about it.
Modern parking lots use a variety of technologies to help motorists find unoccupied parking spaces using parking guidance and information system, retrieve their vehicles, and improve their experience. This includes adaptive lighting, sensors, indoor positioning system, IPS. Oh, I hate when I get IPS every month. And mobile payment options. Hey, we're back in California, baby. I was going to say Santa Monica. The first time I parked in Santa Monica, they got the green lights and the red lights over each space as you drive through. So you can see ahead,
yes.
a green spot. I can park there, red spot.
I wanted to touch on that. In fact, that is one of the things that I love about parking garages in LA. In the LA, yeah.
I mean, they're a cut above.
They had them back in Virginia. They had them at Tyson's Mall.
They probably got them later. If I'm being honest, LA is all about driving and parking.
Oh, I'm sure they did, but for the longest time, that's why I enjoyed going to Tyson's, is because they have that.
The user experience.
The user experience, you know.
You know, I don't want to. All right, we're on.
You want to?
I
you
want
to. Go ahead.
We're on.
Go
parking
ahead.
Lot. I'm going to something that's close to my house here. I don't want to give away my location, but I'm going to the California State University of Los Angeles.
Awesome.
Which we're in the neighborhood.
Which is our rival school.
It's our rival school that's killing us. They are crushing us, but we got a Deadman trigger or whatever it's called. I'm going to history. The university is located on the site of one of California's 36 original adobes built in 1776 by Franciscan missionaries and destroyed by fire in 1908. So a pretty good run.
I always thought California should stay at 36 adobes.
Adobes?
Oh, adobes?
Adobes? Cal State LA was founded on July 2nd, 1947 by an act of the California legislature and opened for classes at Los Angeles State College on the campus of Los Angeles City College. So their campus started elsewhere. But I want to fast forward to their parking situation.
Oh, okay. Why have you been there? Do you enjoy their parking lot situation? What's a parking lot situation?
I'm trying to find it because I've been on this article before and found some fascinating stuff about their parking.
Let's see. Was it a park?
Oh, parking and public transportation.
Whoa.
Cal State LA's parking received press coverage for pioneering the concept of underground parking to deal with the limitations of ground space for expansion under the initial California state expansion plans of the early 1960s. Developer Louis Lesser developed quote-unquote underground parking in his off-campus residential housing development for the university in 1964 with only a 2-level underground parking structure considered so unusual as to merit a separate newspaper section header, quote-unquote parking underground, and calling parking subterranean spaces. So I'm going to the article for underground parking.
So you're saying it's one of the first underground parking
I think so.
In LA or in
maybe in the U.S.
Really?
The earliest known parking garage in the U.S. was built in 1918 for the Hotel La Salle at 215 West Washington Street in the West Loop area of downtown Chicago. Now that's above ground, I believe.
So that's the first. Wait, so that's the first what?
First parking structure.
Wow. Like you mean
so
built,
multi-story.
Right. Okay. Huh.
It was demolished in 1976.
I love parking structures because most of them, well, I mean, maybe not all of them, but most of them are like free.
Yeah.
You know, so.
In LA, yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, like, the views you can get from just going to the very top.
Dude, we are one and the same. I
free.
Always go to top.
I love going to the top.
And I'm like, especially if there's a sunset
Gotta
in my
go
near
to the top.
future.
Yeah.
I did not think we would bond so much on parking garages.
I'm a big hey, you know me and parking, period.
But it doesn't surprise me.
Me behind the wheel, you know, I get excited for all things.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I'm a little... calm down.
Should we go to the parking garage? The
Cal State LA parking garage right now?
Let's do it. I think we should, though.
Okay. Well, we could do that.
Because it's the first underground part, or...
Yeah, I'm not sure. I can't verify that right now. But it sounds like it was groundbreaking. Literally and figuratively.
That's true. Yes.
All right, do you want to wrap up the episode here?
Let's do it, guys. Oh, me wrap it up, actually.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Let's do it, guys.
Hey, everybody. That was Wiki University. Thank you so much for joining us once again. Please remember to like us and review wherever you're listening to this podcast. 5-star review would be nice. Also, please keep following us or start following us on YouTube, TikTok, and or Instagram. Please come back next time.
Yeah, park and subscribe. Bye.